level, whereas the last 3 teams gets relegated into the previous level.
desolante che storme nero, esalamo, esalente, costone terra, sperante, isolento, costanti terra, parlavo, starotto ma no, 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 letterai medettai, scozzalo, sussurrerai letterai medettai, costone svarte, isolante, che storme nero, esalamo, esalente, costone you know we really have to go to a place where you can feel my heart just Everybody supersonic racing, try to keep your feet right on the ground. When you're supersonic racing,
Hey, Toy Slicer, welcome back. How you doing? We're playing some chess in the big tournament. Playing in a big tournament. And I just screwed up really bad. I already screwed up this game though. It's okay. Kick them butts. Well, I'm not able to kick this butt. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. It was going okay until... Yeah. I should have kept my queen here. Given up the pawn. Maybe even just prepare to castle queen side. am strong. My name is Rebecca Lauren. I am a strong and beautiful woman. I am enough. I am strong. I am compassionate. I am beautiful. I am caring. It's time to yassify. I could have moved the other night. What the hell is wrong with me? Yikes. That was intense. I'm an idiot. I'll be right back. Have some orange juice with some collagen powder and a bean and beef burrito. It's like 69 cents each for the burrito. It's crazy. There's not much left in the world nowadays for less than $1. You know? It's really kind of good when you see things that are less than $1. All you need is like two quarters, a dime, a nickel, and 4 pennies. For some reason, I got a voicemail. I'm not seeing like calls, like actually, like I'm not hearing them sometimes. Or maybe it was while I was away, because I was making like. Nice. Today's just not my day. Gonna have to end the stream after this. We did puzzles. We played games. 2 hours in. I am not really making streaming a priority right now. Obviously. It's just a place for me to chill and just work on my stuff. Playing some chess. Relaxing, listening to some music, hanging out with you guys. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Fuzzbud? How you doing? I'm playing not so good. I am not so good right now, but it's okay. It's just another morning. I did my chess puzzles, and then just playing this tournament for the house Discord server. It's always fun. You know, being a part of a team. It's just kind of fun. It's just an arena, you know. It's always good to just kind of play the game. Some people will be like, you know, kind of snobbish. They'll say like, oh, don't play Blitz, don't play Bullet. It's like, dude, like, have fun. Like, why can't people just have fun? Like, why, like, how are you supposed to get better if you're serious all the time? You learn more when you're in a state of play. Okay, it's a little bit of a tactic here, I think. Not really. Oh, kinda. Yeah, check. Take the pawn here. Oh. Yeah, Blitz is fun, especially with increment. Like it's 3+2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Tactic. Bam. Let's go. Music's good. Okay, let's just clear out these pawns. Take it nice and easy. You should be 1500 before playing Blitz. Well, I beat people who are rated like 1900 plus, so I don't know if that counts for anything. I'm definitely not a super GM, but I have put in a lot of thousands of hours into the game. My rating is only because I experiment a lot, because I try to improve. I'm not trying to win. That is a mistake, I know. But I like to experiment. I like to kind of say, you know what, let's just kind of see patterns. Let's just kind of play. And like not care about rating. And obviously playing to win is a really good way to improve, obviously. But I feel like playing for rating, especially on a free website, kind of like, not really a waste, but I feel like it's like, why are you clinging to rating? Like, it doesn't really make much sense to me. I can understand if you're like, you know, a super GM and you're really trying to, you know, stay on the top 100 or whatever. I can understand that. Because, you know, then you got an image. Honestly, like, at that point, like, you know, ego does play a role. And I do think, ooh, see, look. Oh, what was my performance? I got last place. I got 7 points for my team, though. What was my performance? I got 1610 performance rating. I got 400 place. But I got a 1610 performance rating, so that's good. Average opponent was 1915. Levy couldn't be a GM because he plays it safe. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing over-the-board tournaments, you should still be experimenting during those games. Your preparation should be enough. Like, your preparation should, you know, obviously your tactics and your strategies based on all, you know, all that kind of stuff. Endgame should be solid at that point. But if you're a GM, super GM, like, if you're GM, super GM, I also think that kind of like there is an ego that plays a role, and I think Hikaru was trying to taunt him, because usually when people taunt you, it kind of pushes you to like, it's almost like he's teaching him. Hikaru says Levy could be GM because he plays it too safe. So what is Levy supposed to do? Levy Rosman, he needs to start experimenting more and do his preparation to try to find, just level up his preparation. Because when you get to the GM level, that's when individual players and their matchups and which openings they use become an actual like factor. Like that's when it becomes an actual factor. You don't really need to prepare too much to get to like 2400. At this point in my chess career, it's like it's mostly about doing puzzles every day. Finding what areas to improve on. What? Oh, and the first 30 days. Oh, because I haven't done rated for a while. Play rapid and classical. Yeah, if I play rapid and classical off stream. I think I'm gonna start really upping my my chess study again. I'm ramping it up again. Like starting with just I just do puzzles. You can do puzzle streak, but I like going to the puzzle dashboard and just like go by themes. And then what should I work on? Capturing the defender. How about clearance? I need to really work on clearance. Move often with tempo that clears a square, file, or diagonal for a follow-up tactical idea. And we're going to do the -600 rating. Just to isolate the skill. And when you isolate the skill, you know how to find them more often. And Hikaru recommends this, especially for people under 1800 over the board. I just made an account on USCF. I need to actually get a membership again. I don't know how that's going to work. Are they going to like arrest me for fraud because I already have an old account with my previous legal name? I didn't remember the login info, so I just made a new account because I legally changed my name and gender. So I'm categorized as female now. So I can participate in women's teams and women's competitions, which is good because that gives me more opportunities. Because that's why they have women's competition, is to give women more opportunities. And as much as some people would argue that I'm not a woman because I'm transgender, that is completely, the fact that people would even be giving me that kind of shit is kind of a sign of the misogyny. Honestly, it's gender confirming in the worst way, because that is a huge sign of misogyny where you can't win. Like, you can't win as a woman. Like, if I'm trans, then like people are saying, oh, well, you're participating in women's spaces, and then I get like under fire for it. And a lot of women chess players get under fire for getting women's titles, for example. Like, they'll get WGM and people will like, talk down to them. Like, oh, you can't get a real title. Like, it is a real title. It's an accomplishment. In fact, I think titles were originally designed just to show that people had great accomplishment in the sport. Like, wasn't that the original, like, meaning behind titles? Was that people who contributed to the study of the game, like Alekhine and like, Morphe, and like, they were posthumously given title. I don't even know. But like, I have no idea about that kind of chess history. But I know that like when they started giving titles, like, it was a different world in the 1800s and stuff like that. And when in the 1900s, like in Capablanca's day, I believe they started adding the titles. Okay, if I trade, it opens up the rook. Check, and then I win a knight. Check. Mate. Yeah, these are good puzzles. The clearance. Doing clearance. It's like a clearance sale. Oops. Yeah, doing a clearance sale. How to checkmate with the bishop and knight. I have not practiced that, actually. It's good. It's not... I think it's good practice to understand, like, calculation. At my level, I don't need to really know how to checkmate with the bishop and knight. I feel like if I get down to a bishop and knight endgame, I can just try it there, because it doesn't really happen too often. And I could just accept that at worst, I'll get a draw, like at that point. Like, I'll just have to accept that, because honestly, it'd be fun to practice it every now and then, but I feel like the reason to practice it is not really to learn the endgame at my level. Like, maybe, like, once I get over the board, like, 2,000 or so, I would start really training that, just to get it down pat. However, I think my time is better spent doing puzzles, isolating skills like motifs, like clearance, and because I've done a lot of, like the basic tactics, but like, kind of more, a little bit convoluted ones like clearance and like other kind of things like that. I feel like those can really pay off a lot. And then playing lots of rapid games. I like 15 plus 10. That's actually my favorite rapid game to play. It's somewhere between classical and rapid, because the increment of 10 seconds gives you so much extra, especially in the end game. End games I could just train in my games. A lot of my games below 1800 over the board are probably not going to end in super advanced end games. They're going to be easy enough to study right there on the board. Like, that's where I'm going to use my study. I really want to focus on just doing puzzles every day, isolating skills. Oh, this is the same one. It started on the same one. Or at least the same theme. Or probably because I hit the back button. That's probably it. Okay, well, what's the threat? I could just take the queen. Bishop takes. Oh, I can attack the rook. And that's opening up... Oh, wait. I mean, honestly, just... Oh, then I'm down... queen and bishop versus rook and bishop. That's still good, but... There's something... If I find a good move, can I find anything better? I actually need to work on 2 bishop endgame before I do bishop and knight. Because 2 bishop and king endgame is actually, like, my weakness. So if I wanted to do any kind of practice, like on, here, how do I actually... Yeah, just work through all these first of all. It's always good. There's probably studies. Bishop. Endgame. Double 2 bishop. Endgame. Bishop and pawn. Bishop endgames. I could always just make my own study and just do this. New study. Checkmate. Practice. Okay, and then clear. Clear board. Do a just king and 2 bishop. This is king. There you go. Practice with computer. And now I have bishop practice. Oh, turn off stockfish. Should be mate in 15. Right? I think you stop being casual probably around 2200 rating. It's not about men are better than women. I think it's more of an attitude problem. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm not a casual. I'm getting back into seriousness, but I'm not even like 1800 rating, 2000 rating yet. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's casual. I mean, how are you supposed to get better if you don't try to improve, though? If you just kind of give up on everything, then how are you supposed to improve? But also, I don't think men are better than women at chess. I just think there's more opportunities for men, and there's less psychological problems associated with men playing in women's with women playing in a predominantly male space. I think that's the issue, because men don't have to deal with that and women do. And if you're transgender, you have to deal with that, plus you have to deal with the fact that some people won't even treat you like a real woman, which is also ironically treating you like a woman in those kind of toxic ways, because you can't win. If you win the tournament, people complain that, you're just a man pretending to be a woman, and then they also assume that men are better than women at chess. So that's a double sexist standard. If you're titled and playing tournaments, that's what I would consider serious. Yeah, when you're actually playing in tournaments, and I'm getting ready. I'm gearing up to play in tournaments. Probably this September, I'm gonna join the Mechanics Institute. And I'm going to try to do as many tournaments as I can. I have surgery at the end of the year. My bottom surgery. And then I'm going to be taking some time for myself. But I'm going to be studying chess when I can. I started doing puzzles again. I'm going to be playing rapid games off stream. At least 2 a day. Like, one is white, one is black. And you just, over time, you build yourself up with your endurance again. And then I can get back to classical games. Because I really miss playing classical games. I honestly think that any kind of question like, how many hours do you have to grind? I think that's the wrong approach to the question. Atomic Bomb Tendo. I really think that's the wrong approach to the question, because it's not about how many hours you grind. It's about like strategic elements that you specifically isolate so that you can improve very gradually over time. And it's not necessarily about time put in, because you could put in thousands of hours and never improve at all. Or you can put in 10 hours a week and raise a couple hundred rating points a year. Until you get to a balance where you're over 2000 something and you get a title, and then you're probably going to slow down in your improvement. But at that point, you're now in a place where you're going to start improving a lot higher quality, because your games are going to be more consistently higher quality at that point over the board. When people are playing with titles, there's more ego on the line, which you can take advantage of if you don't tie your personal worth to your title. Which I do think that I think gender plays a role in that, but also I think that happens to women as well, because I think there's a lot of pressure for women to perform well because of the stigma of women's chess. That people see women as a higher standard, because you have to not only play good chess, you also have to prove your worth in a space that's predominantly male. I don't think it's too late. There's people who started in their 60s and then got a IM title, or even a GM title. There's John Shaw. Got his GM title when he was 70. I think it's not about trying to get a specific rating. I don't think it's about I think that's the wrong way to look at it. When people say, is it too late for me to play chess? That's assuming that they want to get a specific rating, or they want to get, it's never too late to play chess. You can play competitively even at a 1000 rating or below. you don't have to be like 2400 to play competitively. You can, like, there's like all sorts of people learning chess at all ages. The only difference is how much time and effort are you willing to put into chess, and how willing are you to suffer through defeats to learn from them. Because if you don't play at all, you're never going to learn. If you give up entirely, you're definitely never going to learn. I really don't like this attitude of like, oh, if you're not GM by 12, you should just retire. I think that's a stupid backwards mentality, and it doesn't really match the current digital age, where you don't even have to be very high rated to be a professional chess player these days, because of the nature of YouTube and streaming. And being able to give lessons to beginners doesn't really require you to be a GM. You could be like 1800 rating over the board, and there's so many people out there that are sub 1800 that would be willing to hire you on as a teacher if you're a good teacher. And if you can focus your energy on trying to teach newer players, then you can really make a career out of it. If you really want to, I believe. I'm not really going that route. I'm playing for personal development. Who knows how that's going to turn out? I have alternative plans as far as career goes, but I think it's going to free me up to play more chess. Because when you have like income, especially when you have like disposable income that I probably will have at some point with my career trajectory as it is, with the analytics I have, and my willingness to go above and beyond to push myself to get myself out there for that industry, I really think that eventually I will have disposable income that I can invest into chess, because I really want to play chess. But do I have to play chess for a living? I don't think so. I think you can play chess and do really well at any age. And people have proven it again and again. Be the exception. Don't be a statistic. Don't say like, oh, well, you know, most people don't make it in chess. Like, what do you mean make it? Like, what does make it even mean? Yeah, when you say, is it too late for X, Y, or Z? It's never too late. Now, is it too late to be a GM? That's debatable. I actually honestly don't think you should even be trying to aim that way. I think you should just try to take things one step at a time, because if you did want to become a GM, that's exactly how you would do it. You wouldn't be thinking about you take it one game at a time. You take it one day at a time of study. You approach your study as like an incremental thing. You don't treat it like some kind of like arbitrary goal, because that's not going to work anyway. Because really the only thing that matters is you play one game at a time. And if you're thinking about 10 games in the future, then you're not really going to get there anyway. You have so much work to do to even start thinking about that. Maybe if you're like, you know, you got your IM norms, then you can start thinking about GM. But like before you even get IM norms, you have to get to like, you know, 1800 rated, and then you have to get to 2000 rated, then you have to get to 2200 rated, then you have to get your NM or FM title, you know, norms, and then you have to get your, you know, 2400, and then you have to get your IM title norms, then you have to get 2600, then you have to get your GM norm. Like, you don't take it like 10, 15, 100 games in the future. You take it one day at a time, and what can you do today to improve your chess? And Magnus Carlsen's I don't know any. I mean, I don't know of any openly trans people personally. I'm sure there are a bunch. USCF does allow trans women to compete in women's categories because we are women. And also, even if people were correct and that we weren't, for all intents and purposes, it doesn't particularly matter. Because either way, like, we're not getting as many opportunities either way. So whatever you might think about, like, gender or whatever, which is already defined as something not based in biology, no matter what you think about it, either way, it doesn't really matter, because we don't really have too many opportunities. We already have so much disprivilege as it is. So if you're going to say that, like, I get more privilege for being a trans woman competing in sports, which I'm actually technically legally able to compete in like a lot of sports categories in the Olympics now, if I was actually skilled. But, you know, for specific, you know, obviously every sport has their different measurements, but for figure skating specifically, which is the thing I want to pursue, maybe not competitively, but if I have the opportunity to play competitively, I would. You know, I'm kind of older, but like, you know, I'm not really trying to get a gold medal. You know, I'm just trying to do this for personal development, you know, same with chess, but you know, I'm not going to limit myself. Like if you really push yourself, you should be playing the chessboard. You shouldn't be playing the ratings. You know, unless you're like a super GM and you're really just trying to push. Either way, like, I think Magnus Carlsen has it the best. Where it's like, you shouldn't be really focusing on anything but your chess games. Like, don't get into your head that you have to, like, only study a certain way. You're limiting yourself. Like, as long as you're thinking about chess, as long as you're working about chess and you're enjoying it, like, you're going to improve. And, you know, the specifics on how you're going to improve are going to be, like, so many different individualized factors that, like, it's not even going to matter because you're already going to know the answer better than anyone else at that point. And, you know, you're going to get the right coaches, hopefully. But I personally don't know of any trans people playing competitive chess. I'm sure there's a lot. I do want to start playing competitively and get serious again. I have not participated. I never got my, I have to start over, because I completely signed up under, because I changed my name and gender. So either way, I only played like 8 games. I think I have to, like with chess.com, I think I have to verify my new USCF, membership once I do that. I can't do it till next month though, because I don't have the budget this month. But next month I'll have the budget to sign up for USCF again and Mechanics Institute. And I'd really like to start doing that. Okay, so... I think attacking the rook. Clearing out from... Where to put the bishop? Like where to put the bishop? What? 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 What even is this? Oh, duh. What am I thinking? I thought the bishop was guarding that. I'm like, what? Too late equals being dead. Exactly. Honestly, I hate the elitism. There's so much elitism in chess. It is actually like mind-boggling. And it's frustrating. It's like infuriating, actually. If you're under like 2200 rating, everyone treats you like, so many people treat you like you shouldn't even play. It's so backwards. We should be getting, like, or don't you want to grow the game? Like, if you want to grow the game, then stop scaring people away with your, like, you know, elite attitudes, going to tournaments without brushing your teeth or even wearing, like, you know, decent clothes. Like, Jesus Christ, like, what is wrong with people? Like, why are you, we should be wanting more people to play chess, not like scaring people away because they're not a certain rating. Like, what the hell? It's already hard enough to get people to be interested in chess, and then you're gonna, like, you know, pressure them to not even try because, oh, you're not a certain rating, so you shouldn't play. Like, what? How do you get to that rating if you don't play? That's ridiculous. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of it is like maybe people are like doing that on purpose to try to push people because it filters out the people who aren't gonna. But like, it's like, why, if you're trying to grow a game that is already like, it's always growing, but like it's like it's very difficult to get people to like chess a lot of the time, especially the general public. And if people are gonna feel like there's this big giant barrier of entry because of this elite attitude, it's just so frustrating. Yeah, I freaking hate this attitude. Like, there's just transphobia everywhere. And honestly, it's the same exact fucking problem that women have faced. And then trans women come along, and then women go against women. The same exact thing that men do to women, women are now doing to women because of trans people. It's so fucking annoying that people don't see, like, the fucking bullshit. Like, literally, like, you hear women complaining all the time about how, like, men are always looking down at women and not accepting their titles or not accepting their rank or whatever. And then, like, trans women, like, happen to start playing, like, in very small amounts. And, like, every single one of us is, like, hyper scrutinized by other women. And it's just so frustrating. And it's like, why does even, like, completing your transition, whatever that means, why should that even matter? Like, it's a game of the mind. It has absolutely nothing to do with your biology. And you could say that, like, okay, men and women's brains are different, but, like, that doesn't really mean much. And if anything, like, women's brains are actually, like, more logical. Is kind of like the understanding. I'm not even, like, a neuroscientist or whatever. So, like, I think all of that is freaking conjecture. Like it's a lot of attitudes that are, like, not even based in any kind of, like, evidence. Because, like, so far, there's really no evidence to suggest that women are not as good as men at chess. In fact, most sports, like, obviously there's testosterone differences, but what role does that even play in chess, where it's a completely logical, like, brain-oriented game? Yeah, and she was invited to play. Like, you know, like, a lot of, like, from what I understand, women's chess is very welcoming of trans women. But I think there's always going to be transphobia everywhere. Even in places where we're accepted, obviously. There's always going to be people with, like, little subconscious beliefs. That, like, you know, it's the same exact fucking thing that men do with women's chess in general. It's the same exact fucking thing. And when you see other women acting like men, like, it's disheartening. When you see the same exact problem, and then it's just like displaced. Like, you displaced. It's the same problem, only like the women who are like that, and the men, obviously, because there's always going to be men complaining about women's sports. Like, complaining about women playing at all, because they think it's a men's only sport. Not everyone, obviously, but, like, there's an attitude that's kind of, like, been noticed, is that, like, basically people don't respect women's chess because they think that, because they're, and it's like they don't look at the surrounding factors, such as like there's a lot more pressure to like being female in a male space, even though it's technically an open category. There's generally like an atmosphere where like there's like additional psychological things to consider. Like you're gonna feel intimidated by like, oh hey, it's Ty Yeager, been a long time, how you doing? I think generally like when people start saying that like women's chess is like, like not as good, and that means that like when people actually believe sometimes that like women are not as capable at chess because of the results, let the chess speak for itself kind of bullshit. It's ignoring all the like societal, like environmental factors that prevent women from even like wanting to compete in the first place. Because if every time you compete, it's predominantly men, and you get like a very like kind of negative atmosphere, or one where even like subconsciously people are treating you like you're somehow like lesser or like anything like that. And then it's the same thing if you're trans, because if you're trans, then people start saying it takes that into account. It has the assumption, like the transphobia in sports thing. It has the assumption that women are somehow inferior to begin with. And then once you go with that assumption, then you say that because I'm not quote unquote a real woman, that I have some advantage that doesn't even exist in the first place. Like that, like because it's chess, it's not a physical sport. And even if it were physical sports, my testosterone level is down to 10, which is like for most sports, I believe, is the required testosterone level for trans women to compete in sports. And it's there for a reason. It's been researched. It's been studied for a reason. And so it's really frustrating when people still perpetuate this sexist and like misogynistic attitude, like, and there's no winning. And yeah, like obviously it's like finding out Santa Claus isn't real. Like, okay, welcome to being a woman, except now like I'm a trans woman, so like other women are going to start treating me like that, like not just men, but obviously women also are known to perpetuate misogyny to other women in general, but for trans women it's a very specific kind of insidiousness, where it's like you're supposed to be feeling welcome in women's spaces because women should be lifting each other up. And then instead of that, it's just another example of women tearing other women down for table scraps. When it's the wrong fight. It's friendly fire. You're fighting against yourselves. Because when you fight against women, whether you're trans or not, you're taking away all the opportunities and all the credibility from every other woman everywhere. Because you're making it about some kind of argument that doesn't even exist in reality. There's this argument that somehow a woman participating in a woman's category is going to take away opportunities from other women. And in a sense, that's true, because if you outperform someone, then you're going to take away the opportunities from the people who don't perform as well. But that's going to be the case regardless of gender. It's just insane to me. But yeah, either way, like that's a completely different argument. Basically, I don't think you should let anything stop you at all. I mean, I think this is just taunting, Fuzzbud. Like, this is just taunting. And if GM Ben Feingold, he's kind of notoriously known as like kind of like I mean, he kind of just pokes fun at people. I think he's kind of backed off on that recently. It's more about him and Karen, like kind of creating a community lately, like the past couple of years. I think like a couple of years ago when the first Pog Jams happened, he said a lot of stuff like that. If you suck, then you get better. If you stop playing, you're going to always suck. I hate that argument. It's like, oh, you're not good already, so then quit. Like, what? That's stupid. Especially, like, this elitism in chess is just, it's gone way too fucking far. Especially when, like, so many people are struggling just to even get started with chess and then, like, continue with chess. Because it's like, you know, you love the game and then the politics of it destroys your love of the game. That's an absolute tragedy. When everything about the game, like if you love everything about the game, but then you don't want to, you feel like you can't play because people are like creating a really toxic environment, that's an absolute tragedy. And either way, my issue is that like I think it's too expensive to try to play. I'm going to try to do my best to get back into over the board play, but sometimes it's like $50 to participate. And it's like, that's a lot of money. Especially when I need like 25 games before I'm like out of provisional. So how am I supposed, and so even if I win prize money, I'm not going to make as much money from it. And I'm probably, you know, hopefully, like at best, I would break even and like, you know, be able to pay for the entry fee. Because there's this like provisional period where you have to like play like 25 games before you're officially rated. It's really frustrating. Like, why put so many barriers into a game that you're trying to grow? Take away the barriers. Make it easier for people to play competitively. Stop making this like, oh, if you're not already a GM by the time you're 16, you should quit. Or whatever. Like, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? You're destroying the game. This beautiful, beautiful, immortal game that's lived on for like 1,000 years. You're destroying this game that has absolutely nothing, like none of this has anything to do with chess at all. Like this is all politics. Like you should be able to play competitively. Like with like a low barrier of entry. If your goal is to grow the game. Yeah, I mean, in the end of the day, I'm not going to let anyone's attitude towards me faze me. I mean, it's hard to say that because it really does. You know, it's like the same exact problem over and over and over again with people's like subconscious and actually conscious treatment of other people for being what they deem to be inferior. It's just absolutely insane, and I can't let that stop me from being happy and pursuing what matters because I know who I am. I'm not going to let anyone take away my victories. You know, if I'm going to play in women's competitions, I'm going to play in open competitions. I don't care what rating I am because the only thing I care about are these 64 squares. I don't care about your politics. I don't care about your elitism. I don't care what your rating is. I don't care what title you have. I don't care if your name is Magnus fucking Carlsen. Okay, I will play you. And I will do my best to win. And if you know, prove it on the board. Don't prove it with your fucking bullshit politics. And, you know, if you're a real chess player, then you're going to follow suit. In my opinion. Because the only thing that actually matters is this chessboard. If you play well here, you will win. That's it. You being a man, you being a woman, you being transgender, that should have absolutely no fucking bearing on these 64 squares. Should have absolutely no bearing on what you do with these 32 pieces. Okay? Should have absolutely no fucking bearing. All this, like, rating politics, you know, Twitch drama, all that shit is completely unrelated, and it takes away from the game. It completely takes away from the game. Completely takes away from the game. This is all that matters. These 64 squares. These 4 center squares. I have to count. And these 12 surrounding center squares. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. And I don't care what anybody wants to argue. They can argue all they fucking want. I'm going to play the game. I'm going to play my games. I'm going to use my time. I'm going to study and improve. I'm going to find whatever advantage I can each game. That's what matters. That's what always has mattered. You know, if you're 2800 rating and you play badly, like, your rating doesn't guarantee that you're going to play well. You still have to play well that game. And so, like, I put it to, you know, prove it on the board. Don't prove it in the political arena. Because you're not going to prove shit. You're just going to talk a lot. You're going to get your ego pumped up. And actually, like, I encourage you to do that. Because if you do that, you're going to be focused on other things than the board. And it's going to give me an advantage. So if people are going to have some kind of weird political bullshit, instead of focusing on what actually matters, then they deserve to lose to me. I don't care what rating they are. I don't care what title they have. I don't care how many trophies they've won. All that matters is this game right now. There's one game at a time, 2 players, 2 kings. There's only 3 possible results. That's it. No, I'm so fucking tired of people who like, people say shit like, oh, you know, never give up on yourself, you know, don't listen to the haters. And then they turn around and they say, oh, but not you, Rebecca. You're a fucking loser. You suck. You should quit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't fucking want to hear it. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to fucking care. Okay? Like, I know what I know what's important in my life. I know how to get there. And I'm going to find whatever resources I need to get there. Okay, but I'm so fucking sick and tired of people saying, oh, you know, follow your dreams and don't let anybody, you know, like, you know, if you keep on if you find the right thing to do, you know, you keep pushing yourself and you know, you're going to get there and all that. I fucking hate this attitude of like, you know, some people are like, oh, you know, don't listen to that. Like, you know, that's bullshit. It's like, what the fuck? If you don't even try, then you've already guaranteed failure. Like obviously, like what is even the point of living if you're not going to pursue the things that actually matter to you? I'm just like, the only people who make it are the people who beat the odds. You can't think about things as far as like, oh, it's very unlikely for you to, you know, make it or whatever. I don't fucking care. Do you think anybody who's made it cared about that? Do you think anybody at all who's made it got there easily? Do you think anybody who's actually made it in any industry, anytime, listened to anybody who told them to quit? Because if they did, they wouldn't have gotten to where they are. So I'm fucking sick and tired of this mentality. Like, oh, other people can do it, but you can't? Fuck you. Like, actually, fuck you. If you're gonna tell me that I can't get better at chess, that I can't improve at chess when I'm literally, like, working on the things that help you improve, like doing puzzles and playing games and studying games and trying to get to over-the-board tournaments, then what the fuck is the point of anybody playing chess at all? If you just want, like, a small group of people who are elites to completely control the entire game because they happen to, like, be on, like, a team. Like, oh, you know, these people can make it because they're part of a team. It's like I want to be a part of the team, too. How am I supposed to join the team? If people say, oh, in order to be on the team, you have to have already been on the team. The fucking bullshit issue. Like, I'm completely alone out here. I'm not part of a chess team. I'm not part of any kind of, like, chess club. I'm desperately trying to get involved. And then people are like, oh, you know, like, you're just a nobody. Like, you're a nobody too. You understand that? That the only people who care about you are people who are involved in the chess scene. And if you're gonna act like you being, like, higher rated or whatever makes you, like, some, like, superior human being, then actually fuck you. Because you've abandoned literally everything that makes human life and human relationships matter. If you say, oh, it's about community, it's about lifting up the chess community, oh, except for this person. You know, except for this Rebecca person, we don't like her. Like, fuck you. Actually, fuck you. You're not about community at all. If you're not gonna invite me into your community, if you're not gonna invite me, then, like, you don't care about community at all. You just care about your little clique. And I'm not saying this to, like, call anybody out or get angry at anybody. It's just like, if anybody has that attitude, like they're such a hypocrite. Because they claim to be about chess community. They claim to be about growing the sport. And then somebody like me shows up and puts, like, 100% of herself into trying to be a part of something bigger than me. Trying to be a part of something that is, like, extremely powerful and team building, but like, not getting invited. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Max. But, like, I don't know. I'm a little frustrated, and that's probably a sign I should probably call it a day. And once I start getting really emotional, that's when That's how I know that I've worked my chess to the hardest today. Like if I'm starting to get angry, like at something unrelated to the chess, I think I know I did a good job with my study today. I don't know. It's really hard to like prove yourself. It's really hard for people to respect you. Especially, like, I don't understand why people would not respect somebody who has put so many hundreds or thousands of hours into trying to become a part of the chess community. Oh, but you're just a Twitch streamer. You have to go to tournaments. It's like, okay, well, it costs $50 to participate in a tournament, and I'm poor. So where are my opportunities? Like I try my best to like participate, but I'm never like I'm never brought into the fold. I'm never brought in. I'm never respected. I'm never like given a chance. But I don't know. I only just got back into chess, so I'm obviously not expecting any kind of like. I'm not talking about handouts. I'm not talking. What I'm talking about is a general attitude that I've experienced my whole life of playing chess, where every time I want to participate, I get denied access because of either financial reasons or weird political reasons. Because like, oh, well, you're not already like high rated, like you don't have any trophies. So therefore, we're not going to, like, you know, include you. Or because you don't have money, so you can't participate in tournaments. Like, how am I going to get introduced into the chess community? How am I going to get myself in? I've just been dying to get in because I want to compete. I want to fucking compete. But there's no opportunities for someone who has no income other than permanent disability. $500 a month is not going to allow me to play chess competitively. I want to play. I want to play. Where are my chances? Where are my ins? Where are my opportunities? I've been screaming and begging to be let in, but there's these gatekeepers that like say, oh, well, you know, it's $50 a tournament, and in order for you to play, we have to like you. I fucking hate this political bullshit. If we don't like you, we're not going to let you in the club or whatever. Because, you know, you don't have enough money, so we don't like you. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. I'm going to fucking keep fighting for my opportunity because that's looking like how it's going to have to be. It's looking like it's going to have to be 100% on me. And I'm so fucking sick and tired of trying to get help from people who claim to be about building community, and then when I try to join the community, apparently that's out the window. I am so fucking tired of people holding double standards. I'm so fucking tired of people saying, "Oh, we're all about community and growing the game," except, "Oh, Rebecca, you know, you can't do it. It's everyone else can, but you're not good enough, or you know, we don't like you." They don't actually say this, but I'm pretty damn fucking sure they're thinking it. Oh, Rebecca, we don't like you because you're always complaining. Well, where were you when I wasn't complaining? Where were you all the times that I've been trying my hardest to just be a part of it? And then I get driven to the point where I feel completely alone. I feel completely isolated in a sport that is supposedly supposed to be welcoming everyone. And I put thousands of hours into chess, in the chess category, trying to become a part of the community, going into small communities and trying to be a part of it, and never really given any fucking opportunity at all. Just like ignored until I leave because I feel like I don't have any support. I fucking am tired of that shit. So fucking tired of it. Because I love chess. I want to be a part of chess. What more do you fucking want from me? I don't have a coach. I can't afford a coach. I can't play over-the-board tournaments. I can't afford that. So where are my fucking opportunities? Fucking care about community my ass. I'm the community too. And all this gatekeeping because I happen to get emotional because I'm autistic and I don't understand why people are so fucking gatekeepy. And then I get driven to the point of getting so upset that I complain after years of not complaining. Like, I give people so many chances to like, you know, say, oh, maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's my fault. At some fucking point, it's not my fucking fault. It's somebody else's. We want to build chess community. Oh, hi, my name's Rebecca. I want to be a part of the chess community. Oh, hey, Rebecca. Continue to ignore, continue to ignore, continue to ignore, continue to ignore. Years go by. Yeah, you know, you're just a nobody. We don't care about you. We care about the community only when they have like a chess title. Only if they have like more than like 1,000. You know, if they have like more than 10 chess viewers, stream viewers. We don't care about this person who's been putting her whole fucking entire soul into the game. Who has made so many efforts to try to be a positive member of the community. Starting to think that I'm never gonna fucking be accepted, and I'm fucking tired of it. Sorry, I'm like, this is just like a whole bunch of shit that's added up over years. And every time I try to get back into chess, like, it all surfaces back up. But I'm not gonna give up. Because that's, you know, that's not gonna get me anywhere. Giving up is not gonna get me anywhere. I will never fucking back down. You hear me? I will never fucking back down. I belong in the community. Whether you want me to be here or not. And I really hope that you'd want to be me to be here. I'd like to go to events. I'd like to meet people. I'd like to form friendships. I don't want to just be isolated in my room playing chess alone. Okay, my favorite part of chess is the community. My favorite part of chess is going places and interacting with people and making friends. And having, like, you know, people to, like, help you improve. Coaching. Learning from others. That's how you improve. How am I supposed to improve if all I have is just my computer? Like, yeah, I could like improve on my own that way. That's so fucking miserable. And it's gonna be so much pain. Unnecessary pain, too. When I would just do better if I was able to be a part of a social community. But no, you can't do that because, you know, you need to spend this membership fee just to get access to it. Like, where are my opportunities? Huh? Where's my chance to succeed? Where's my chance to be a part of the chess community? And be a part of the sport to help it grow? Where's my opportunity? And it's really hard for people to, it's really hard because, like, every time I get upset, I feel like I'm giving like a huge middle finger to all the people who do care about me and who do want me to succeed and who do want to help me. And I don't know what to do because it's like a perpetuating problem that's existed everywhere in my life where I just want to be a part of things and then I get upset and then people say, oh, well, there's a reason why people don't want to be around you. It's because you're always like getting upset. And it's like, well, I'm autistic. I'm working on that part in therapy. I'm trying really fucking hard. Okay, I'm really trying to overcome this problem, but I don't think it's ever going to go away. So if my success depends on me not being autistic, then what am I supposed to do? Because it's not going to change. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my absolute best to overcome this overly emotional problem. Okay, like I'm working on it. But like, how come I get denied opportunities every single time I slip up one time? And then it just gets worse and worse and worse because then people start, you know, like, oh, well, you have a reputation now, Rebecca. We don't want you to be a part of anything now because you have a bad reputation. Like, what am I supposed to do? I just want to be a part of the community. I don't want to be alone. Like, I want to play the game. I want to have friends. I want to be, like, have support. So I can actually improve and actually, like, be a better person. That's like, I haven't asked for much from the chess community. I don't know what's too much to ask to be accepted in the community. Like, I want to go to events. I want to go to tournaments. I want to get invited onto people's streams. It seems like everybody else in the chess community gets involved. And like, what about me? I'm in the chess community too. I've been here all fuck along. People pretend like I don't even exist. Like I'm a nobody. Like what, you need me to have a fucking grandmaster title for you to accept me into your fucking circle? You need me to have like thousands of viewers on my stream just to accept me into your circle? How am I supposed to get there if I don't have any support? I've been asking for help for like 4 years in the chess community. I've been asking for help. And I've been working on my own stuff to get better, but how am I supposed to do that alone? Everybody who's gotten better at chess had some kind of support. Like they had a coach. They had a chess club. There was something that's involved, but there's nothing like that where I live. And I don't have the kind of money to go to tournaments right now. It's $50 a tournament. Plus gas. Like I have to drive like hours just to get to a chess tournament. I can't move. I've been trying to move out of here. I need some support. I'm not talking about financial support. Like I just need some social support. Like not being isolated behind a computer screen. Anyway. Really just need to get that off my chest. I don't hate anybody. I don't have a grudge against anybody in particular. I just feel very frustrated that someone for so many years has been trying to just be a part of something. And has definitely put herself out there. And I'm not gonna fucking give up, okay? Like, you're gonna fucking have to deal with me no matter what the fuck you decide. I belong here. I belong in the space. And I should be able to compete. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get some rest. I got really worked up and, you know, that's what chess does to me sometimes. Like, I'm just trying to be, I'm a good person. I'm compassionate. I care about people. I care about community. And then when I get angry like this, people just judge me. It's like, I'm angry for a reason. Like, at some point, my patience runs out. And I have to call people out on their bullshit. And then I look like the mean one. I look like the unfair person. I don't fucking care. I'm gonna succeed with or without your help. With or without your help. I would just really hope that people would kind of like bring me into the fold, this little club that you've created. Where it seems like everyone else in the chess category is connected, and I'm not. Despite being here for so many years. Like wanting to get out of the house and going to chess events and wanting to meet people, wanting to learn from each other. Like, oh, sorry, Rebecca, you're just a viewer. You don't have enough viewers on your Twitch stream, so we don't want you to be a part of our life. We don't want you to be a part of the chess community. We don't want you to go to events. We don't want you in anything. Because we think that you're scary. Because I'm autistic? You think I'm scary because I'm autistic? Like, fuck you. And, you know, obviously there's people out there who have supported me and who are fighting for me, but like, God fucking damn it, when is enough enough? When am I just gonna be accepted? And like have a little bit of support. Besides just me trying to figure it out on my fucking own. God damn it. I really don't like being upset. It really brings down the vibes of the stream that I'm trying to create. Okay, I'm really trying not to create these kind of vibes, but it really happens every time I play chess. Cause like I feel so frustrated. Like I'm just trying to improve and I can't do it alone. I need a coach. I can't afford a coach, so what am I supposed to do? Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Be refreshed and I'm gonna try to reset the pieces and not be upset. Like I try every single day not to get upset, but there's so many things in my life that have just driven me to the point of pure frustration. Like no matter, I can't seem to win. Okay, like there's no winning. It's just like, Rebecca, like we don't like you. You don't belong here. 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 Yes, I fucking do. And I deserve to be treated just as if, just like anybody else in the chess community. Okay? And it's like, not even like it's anyone's fault, really. I mean, if anybody, it's my fault, I guess. For being so unlikable. Despite trying to have so much energy devoted to trying to be a part of something. And it's like this everywhere I go. I just want to be a part of it. Like, why am I not included? Why am I ignored? Anyway. I'll try to get some rest and I'll try to feel better. I really wish I could just be a part of something, and I'm starting to work on it. Okay, next month I'm going to be able to afford in my budget to get USCF membership again, and to get a Mechanics Institute membership, so I can go to San Francisco and actually be in the chess community somehow. Because there's going to be other people that play chess in San Francisco. Even though it's more expensive, it's expensive to get myself to San Francisco. It's like it costs it's like $10 bus ride. And then $10 back. So I have to spend $20 just to go hang out with people and play chess together. I really wish it didn't have to cost that much just to go play chess. And just to be a part of something. I really wish there was people that could support me better. I really wish that people would like want me to be a part of it, rather than having like money being a barrier of entry. When I don't have that kind of money, when I'm working on trying to build a career, I can't really do that right now because of a surgery coming up. And I'm permanently disabled. I can't really earn money at the moment. I want to go get a job. I want to improve. I want to learn skills and get like, you know, certification like for accounting and stuff. I want to be able to work, but nobody wants to work with somebody who's autistic like this. I'm going to still try. Sometimes I think it's too late. That maybe I've already destroyed my entire reputation for the rest of my life. Sometimes I think that it's too late. That no matter what I do, people will just always judge me as being this person who gets really upset. And it's like, I can't help that so all the time. I'm autistic. I can't always help that. Why do I have to be punished for something that I'm desperately trying to overcome? Why do I have to be punished where it gets even harder? Because the more your reputation sucks, the harder it is to dig yourself out. But I'm not gonna give up on myself because I only have one life, okay? I only have one life and I'm not gonna give up on myself. I don't have a choice. I'm gonna keep trying, okay? I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep showing up. I'm gonna keep training. I'm gonna keep trying to be a part of this social structure. I have no idea what's going on. But I'm gonna keep trying. Because I have a heart that will never be defeated. I have a brain on my shoulders that is so unique that if I can get the correct things to work out for me, I will thrive. More than anybody ever expected me. And it may not look like it right now. But like, you know, I have a very unique, strong brain. That under the right conditions, I thrive. And knock everyone out of the water. So I will never give up. I will never let anyone tear me down. I will never let any kind of lack of opportunity stop me. I will do whatever I possibly can to get what I need. And I'm not even asking for much. I'm just asking for community. I'm just asking for chess opportunities. And social opportunities. And connection. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for the fucking moon. I'm not asking for money even. Like, I just want to have a social structure. I want to be invited in. That's it. I just want to be a part of it. That's it. And I just hope one day I can prove myself. I don't know how. I'm gonna have to prove myself so that I can be accepted. You know, because I only get one life, and I want to be a part of the chess community. I want to be a part of communities in general. I want to be a part of the streamer community. I need additional resources because I can't do this on my own. I've been trying to do it on my own. I haven't been making excuses. But I can't seem to do things on my own. I need support. I can't do this alone. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day.